What's going on, y'all? I know it's been a minute. Life, work, just been getting stuff taken care of. I know this video is not about my Camaro, it's about my Silverado. Camaro I should have out next month, hopefully. But anyway, since I haven't seen too many videos about this specific radio being installed in GMT800 vehicles, more specifically the Silverado, I'm making this video. I went ahead and I bought a refurbished 10ACP Buzz radio because by the time I was ready to purchase the radio, all of these type of radios, they went up by $100. So I had just went ahead and I got a refurbished one, which was about the same price as, you know, the same price that they were before the markup. But yeah, right now, so I pulled my old Boss radio out. Here's the refurbished one sitting here. Here's my radio harness adapter that you know, I had with the other radio. I just took the old wires out. I started to put the radio harness together and everything. Then I just went ahead and I routed my microphone for the radio. I just put it right here and I ran a wire behind the sun visor. I zip tied it right here to help, you know, keep from pulling the wire either way. Run it down through the A-pillar. I pulled the bezel off from up here, and I started by running the wire for the microphone. I ran it through this way on down through here, and I just tucked it up under this way, and I just kind of reached my arm up through here and came around, put my hand on the other side, and I pulled the wire through this little gap right here, and I just ran it and I tucked it behind the gauge cluster, and I just fished it back here to where the radio is going to be, and I got the wire sticking out. And as far as for the backup camera, I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that quite yet, but I just went ahead, I fished the wire through here, and I know I'm going to drop it up under the dash, and I'm going to run it down through this way. And what I'm going to wind up doing is I'm going to have it to come out through this vent, and I'll figure out exactly how I'm going to run it through the back. I ordered a tailgate handle camera, so this bezel is going to come off, and you're going to have the camera is going to be mounted on the bezel somewhere. More than likely, I'm going to have to pull this panel off the back of the tailgate, run a wire through here somewhere, and I'm just going to have it to where when I open and close the tailgate, the wire is not going to pinch or whatever. And the camera that came with the radio right here, I'm just going to use this as a front camera. Since the radio, you had an option for a front camera and a rear camera, I'm just gonna since I got the tailgate camera along the way, tailgate camera gonna be in the back, the camera that came with the radio, I'm gonna mount it in the front. And what I'm gonna wind up doing with that, that's gonna get power via a switch. I just had to give me a push button switch, mount it somewhere, maybe get rid of this and put a switch panel there or something like that. This right here is for the rear tail lights. You know, previous owner had did. This was some lights that they put up front. I got that out the way. I might just wind up pulling this out and do that, and maybe have like some type of switch panel put somewhere. Anyway, of course you're gonna need an antenna adapter. So yeah, let me just finish putting these wires together, and I'm gonna get the radio all hooked up. I'm not gonna secure the radio just yet. I'm gonna put it in, and I'll show y'all how the fitment gonna be with the 10-inch screen. I got a 10-inch screen. I seen someone else have it. It's gonna be kind of tight, but you know, the shifter column is kind of loose, so like, you know, you can have it tilted back, you know, still in park. I mean, yeah, still in park, and it's not going to be hitting the radio screen. But yeah, let me finish getting all that hooked up, and I'll let y'all see what it looked like. All right, so what I did with the 2 USB inputs for the well, the input output, I guess. Anyway, what I did with the USBs, I just took my radio mount out and I just fished the cables down through here, and I used some needle nose pliers, and I pulled the USB cables through here. Previous owner had mounted a switch right here for the lights up front that I had mentioned not too long ago. I had just pulled these wires out, power, ground, and I guess switched power. They actually sends power to the lights. I may wind up using this to power a switch later on for the front camera. But yeah, instead of removing all of these panels and everything, just kind of trying to finagle my way around, finetto, however you pronounce it, and make do with, you know, what I got, putting out as less as possible. All right, so I got the radio in. I don't have the metal brackets and everything in there just yet because well, for one, I don't really know how to put them in. I ain't really took a look into it, and I put on planning the radio out, so I let the metal brackets out to make it easier for me to pull the radio out whenever I go back in there, and I, you know, finish wiring up the cameras and the parking wires and all that other stuff. But I do plan on putting a couple amps in here and some subs eventually. So hopefully the radio just won't like slide out easily as I'm driving. You can see it's kind of loose. So hopefully it don't really slide out too much. Anyway, so this is how it looks. You know, it tilts, and you can kind of move it up and down. I can't remember if you can kind of slide it sideways, but as you can see, it did kind of it actually don't touch. So as far as shifting, you know, you just leave it down here. For some reason, it's going through the gears without none of the brakes being set. But no interference. But when I put the key in, turn the key over, I don't know. But anyway, make sure all my speakers and everything working. Make sure I got it all wired up right. All of the speakers working. Yeah, that seems to be a lot louder than this radio. 50 watts, 4 channel, and I think this radio is 80 watts and 4 channel. 340 watts total. So yeah, 80 watts, 4 channel. Yeah, that's a lot louder, and hopefully I have a lot more bass. And I don't have the either camera hooked in quite just yet, so I'm not gonna worry about that right now. And right here, like I said, this is where I have my USB ports to come in. I did see on Amazon when I was looking to get this radio for my 3rd gen Camaro, there is like some type of, I'm not gonna say an adapter, but there's something to where you can have 2 USBs and an HDMI port. It's like a plug, like a cigarette lighter port, and it's an auxiliary port, and it has two USBs and an HDMI port. So what I'll do is I'll get an HDMI to it's not RCA, HDMI to AV adapter, and then that way I can like plug my phone up or something like that, and I can have it displayed up here, and then hopefully I can mess around with this, maybe drill this out, and I'll get that to sit in there, make it look a little pretty. Go ahead and stick that back in. And of course this will be for the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and I may use USB. Well, it's for charging anyway, so I don't know if you have like a USB input, possibly, I don't know, but yeah, there it is, and you can see it fits kind of good. Let me put the well, shoot, now I gotta put it I gotta put it off so I can put the bezel back on. I put that back on and, you know, get a little look on how that looks with everything put together. And there it is. I think it just touched, maybe. But you can completely avoid the shifter handle from touching the screen. I just let it sit right there, and then whenever I'm really watching stuff or whatever, you can just have the whenever you in park and you want to sit and watch, you just put your park brake on and then just shift all the way down, I guess. But yeah, there it is. Like I said, I think you can slide it sideways. I know you can let it go up and down. So yeah, you can just do that and watch. But yeah, to get to your AC controls, probably had to use both hands or not. Yeah, you just raise it all the way up and boom, there you go.